utilized by divinators that might help in your case. I mean, I'm not the most versed in psychometry from a hands-on standpoint, but I'm sure you could use it to your advantage for tracking purposes, especially since you've already got the background as a shifter. That said, please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any other questions. I'd be more than happy to answer what I can. Have a good day. Oh, Sunshine, hi. You're here. You're here. Why are you here exactly? No, no, I'm not kicking you out of the library. I mean, it's a library. You have every right to be here. I just I wasn't expecting to see you. Is what I meant. But I'm glad to see you. I mean, it's really nice to see you again. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. I haven't even asked you what you're doing here. Actually, what are you doing here? Me? Why me? Well, it's just there's so many reasons why someone would come to a library. I figured maybe you had something more pressing to deal with. So it's just a bit of a surprise that you're here for me. I mean, you don't have to do that. I don't mind you being here. Like I said, it's nice to see you. It always is. Plus, do you even have a book in mind to check out? Or was that the first thing you could think to say? Well, if you do end up needing anything while you're here, all you have to do is ask. After all, it's quite literally my job now. I mean, I'm only one librarian out of dozens. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, it's actually really fucking cool. I mean, it's kind of weird sometimes, adjusting to being staff instead of a student. But the other librarians have been really helpful and very patient. Not to mention, it's fun answering questions and talking to people all day. Oh, and the access to the archives? You would not believe the things in there, Sunshine. I thought I'd seen a lot when I was part of the archival track, but I'm sorry, I got a bit excited there. Thanks. I'll keep that in mind. Anyways, how's the start of the semester going? Are you feeling excited, nervous? I don't know. I guess neutral's also an option. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot you were considered interdisciplinary for your first semester. That's kind of a good thing. Me forgetting, I mean. It really highlights all you managed to accomplish in one semester under diversion. But I can also imagine how you're looking forward to a full year focused on your track. Was there, are you looking forward to any class in particular? Come on. I know there's gotta be at least one you've been leaning towards. Oh, I think I've heard about that one. Well, not much, not firsthand. I must have talked with a classmate or something about it. Fundamentals of warding. That's the one where you work with various ward types, right? Or am I mixing that up with something else? Oh, okay, so I wasn't too far off. With how much exploration you did on your own last semester, I can't wait to see what you get up to with instruction like that. That sounds fun. Wait, I am assuming by field work you mean like using warding outside of campus and such, not like fields like our fields. I mean, cool, cool. What other classes are you taking? If you don't mind me asking, that is. Really? So you'll be developing your derivative magic this semester too? Oh, so you're going to use it to enhance your illusory control? How would that work? I wasn't trying to. I just it's just it's nice seeing you sort of beam. I don't know. You kind of get this energy to you sometimes. Oh, sorry, no, fuck, sorry, no, you go first. I'm sorry. Yeah, they've both come by. Well, I mean, Jesselyn tends to live in the library, which isn't all that surprising. Most of the library staff recognizes her by face, if not by name. I try not to bother her too much when she's here, since she's usually working on something course related. But the other day, we did bump into each other between the bookshelves and got to talking about theories regarding dynamicism for a bit. Do you remember that string of messages they sent in the group chat yesterday afternoon? So, I may have taken my break minutes before Nova came by the library yesterday. I mean, in my defense, it was an accident. If I had known they were coming by, I would have, I don't know, left later. And I did offer to come back early to see them, but Nova had a class to go to, so it didn't work out. I didn't mean to leave them hanging. It really was an accident. Plus, I already offered to buy them lunch later as an apology, even if they weren't actually upset about it. I have no idea how we're going to schedule any sort of plans as a group. I mean, I'm just saying, if this first week is a good indicator of how the semester's going to play out, I get the feeling we'll need a spreadsheet or something. I mean, between you guys having class to tend to and my time working here, and that's on top of the additional healer work Nova has on their plate at times, it might be a bit hard to coordinate the four of us hanging out. That's not to say I won't try to make it work. I still want to see you guys when I can, even if it might involve jumping through a few hoops. I could always ask Jesselyn if she'd mind you and Nova sitting in on one of our practice sessions. Though, now that I say it out loud, I get the feeling she might prefer less of an audience in this case. Yeah, she's been coming by once or twice a week so we can develop her fire derivative magic. We started a few weeks ago, so she'd have a chance to actually get a feel for it. Well, it's easy to see this isn't her first time trying out the discipline. That much has been clear. But she's, struggling a bit. In order to use fire derivative magic, Jess has to sort of, fuck, what's the right word? Suppress her reflexes. I don't think that's the right phrasing exactly, but what I mean is her being a water derivative seems to interfere at times, which is natural. It's actually a fairly common problem that different classifications can experience when they practice certain types of magic. But that said, she is very determined to master this discipline, sometimes to a concerning degree. Not that that's a surprise either. I'm honestly enjoying the opportunity to use fire derivative magic more often. It's been a nice change of pace, especially since it's not something I really needed for my track, or my field of study for that matter. It just wasn't something that came up regularly outside of whenever I visited my hometown. No, or I guess not exactly. It's less about being here in the city and more so what it's like around my family. Besides my mom, I'm the only other surveyor, which meant that growing up, I was taught fire derivative magic just like all my other siblings. After all, I'd be surrounded by it regardless, so it made sense. I took to it quickly, as if my field had waited for the opportunity. There were even a few times where relatives said they forgot I wasn't a derivative. To be clear, though, I'm still a surveyor in terms of classification. I've only got one anchor, and my field reads as such. That said, I'm more than capable of giving a derivative a run for their money. Someone classified as a fire derivative has different physical limits than someone who happens to practice the discipline. In my case, my Ren is a fire derivative and my mom's a surveyor. Comparably, my limits fall somewhere between the two of them. Some are more beneficial than others. For example, despite just being a derivative, I'm capable of withstanding higher temperatures in addition to having more endurance of the magic overall. However, when I utilize fire derivative magic, my perception of temperature gets warped. I'm not able to tell how warm or cold I might be, and there have been a few times where I was shivering but felt warm inside until the effects wore off. I also, I tend to get warmer than most when I'm worked up. At least I've been told a few times. But I say all of that to say helping Jesselyn has been interesting. I'm already thinking about how to use this kind of magic more often moving forward. I hadn't realized how much my field seemed to miss it. Yeah, I'd be more than willing to show you what I can do. If that's something you'd be interested in, just say the word, you know? So, oh, no worries. Take your time. Shit, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I'd been keeping you by talking so much. I mean, if I had, I would have. I know, but still, I didn't mean to take up so much of your time rambling. I'm not sure I'd consider it my job now, but you do raise a fair point. Speaking of, there's probably someone I should be assisting at the moment, so I'll let you get going. I hope whatever class you're headed to isn't too rough, and if it is for whatever reason, you can always head out in here. But that's assuming you still have more classes after the fact. Otherwise, you'd probably just at home, wouldn't you? Sorry. Forget I said anything. I'm sure we'll find time to see each other at some point. Huh? What's up? Did you need something? Should I actually be a librarian for a second? Oh, sure. What's your question? Um, uh, Now that I think about it, I don't think any of us have been by your place before. Usually we meet up somewhere public if we're not at my place or Jesselyn's. Why do you ask? Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds cool. I can't wait to see your place whenever that, happens to, happen. Fuck, I already said that. I'll see you around. And good luck with your class. Yeah. What am I saying?